Hey guys, Charles Calloway here, financial advisor to small business owners and their employees. And you know I love talking to small business owners and working with their teams and things like that. And today I'm joined with a new friend, someone I just met recently, Dr. Jen Lowry, and she's with Monarch Educational Services. And I can't wait for you to get to know her and hear her story. So you live, I can totally relate to this. You live your life as though your story is part of a bigger story.
Oh, yeah. We all are though. And it's that recognition whenever it comes, whether it's, we get that when we're young, we get that when we're older. When we get it,
Right.
we realize that we are just a part to play. And what is that part? Evaluating that, reflecting on it, and then giving it back. Like service, like giving it back. And with the publishing company, I would have never thought that I would have had a publishing company. I just thought, okay, I love to write. I'm going to write books.
Right.
And when I got my first contract, I put out Sweet Potato Jones. That was my first book. And
Sweet Potato Jones.
Yes, and that was my first, and it meant the world to me because that was the last book that my mom read with me before she passed away. So if it had to be any of the books I had, I wanted it to be that book, right? And so the Lord opened the door, and then He continued to open the door, because when that happened, it was then self-publishing for me.
Okay.
And that's where I learned from the ground up what makes a book, and how do you get your name on the book, and what is that process and that behind the scenes. But then I recognized in my community, so many people are gifted storytellers. They have so much to give and share, but often it's difficult to find that publisher that's your right match.
Right. And that needs to match up. Yeah.
And it's sometimes very hard for people. And I was like, Lord, let this be those next steps. I felt Him calling me into opening my own Monarch.
Okay.
I was driving on 40. I called on the big road to my husband. I'm like, I'm on the big road, and I heard, you know, you're going to open a business and you're going to call it Monarch. And I'm like, okay, like, what does that mean? And I was almost finished with my doctorate degree. I didn't know what those next steps were going to look like for me.
Right.
The Lord has kept me in education, but He's also expanded what I do on my other time that I've been given. So that's how the business emerged.
Okay, so this is a good place to kind of stop, because I want to talk more about Monarch or whatever. Of course, guys, I'm curious if she's a lover of butterflies, because I was like, Monarch, I think of kingdoms and things like that. But the bottom line is we're going to talk more about her business and what they do and how it evolved and that sort of thing. So catch you next time.